shirt.
Until I got back to you. That was a hard
Yeah.
kind of HOH deal.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest ones I've ever seen. I wondered what kind of balls those were. You think they were those like you would use in batting practice, like softer ones? Or
Yeah.
Okay. It just didn't look fair because some of them would come right to them, and the other ones,
Guess the wind, right?
they didn't have a chance.
Helen got a little too aggressive, or she would have.
Yeah, she
started
got,
getting everybody out.
she got a little pushy.
Back at Snappy Tomato Pizza, and we'll get some applause from the studio audience. There we go, big crowd come out to Snappy Tomato Pizza and hang out with Frank and the gang here. Coach Jason Simpson on the stage with us. We talked about UT Martin offensively. Let's look at what will happen defensively this year. Coach and Ben Johnson coming back, led the OVC ranked 6th in the nation in tackles last year.
Ben's is a self-made player and worked for a hard weight room. He looks the part. So yeah, Ben gives great leadership. He's moved to the linebacker position. He may not show up in the stat sheet as much as he has in the past to change positions, but he was very vital to that defensive core.
Defensively, there are always players every year that we just start calling their names, and gradually as the season progresses, they get better and get better. And I'm sure that's going to happen again this year with a lot of potential.
Well, I'm excited about the defense. I am. We kind of made a commitment to it, and I've talked about this extensively. When you go back to our first 6 games last year, and you look at us statistically and defensively, we were playing well. When I've analyzed this quarter by quarter, and you take the Memphis game. Give them over 20 points. Southeast Missouri, give up, or Northern Illinois. You played well in spots, you really did.
And they were good.
Went to BCS ball. Come home in Southeast Louisiana, you have a shutout for the last 36 seconds. Austin Peay give up 6 points, and scored on defense. It was the next EPKU at home. It's 16-14 going into the 4th quarter. Offensively, we didn't do a whole lot. We had to try to get some pressures and make some plays. Scored 2 late touchdowns and make it 28-14. So those 5 games right there that very pleased with our defense. Then you go to Eastern Illinois, and we win 50-something to 30-something, and they actually, didn't score 2 touchdowns late in the 4th quarter. Okay, and that's against a team that's averaging 40-something points a game. So those first 6 games, I'm very pleased with our defense. And of course, we had the accidents, the injury to Fred Fuller.
Yep.
Tango Perez, also Northern Illinois. And then as the offense started to come alive, and Derek and Quinn Sims and Butler started making a bunch of plays, and we kind of changed our philosophy a little bit. And we're saying, hey, we're scoring 28 points in a quarter, so it's just all we need is to stop, and just didn't play good defense after that. And we sat down, the defensive staff and I, and if we're going to play up tempo and try to score on offense, then we need to continue to create turnovers on defense and pressure and get the ball back, and not just sit back and give up plays. And so it's not just fast. You've seen that on the logo. It's not just fast and furious on our offensive side of the ball. It needs to be fast and furious on the defense side of the ball. And with that, at times it's going to be high risk, and you're going to say, golly, we just gave up that post play down the field. But you got to remember, we just got 3 sacks.
Yeah.
The drive before and gave the offensive ball back, put points on the board. So that's our philosophy, and we're ready to go.
And you do have a lot of experience coming back.
No, we do. That defense has 10 seniors on it. Not all 10 stars, but there's 10 seniors, 10 to 17 seniors are on defense. There's a lot of guys that made a lot of plays. We're all in some help, some junior college help. We call him Deloise Jackson, linebacker out of Kansas. We brought in Leon Carlton, a DB out of Pearl River. Give us depth back there. You've got Taino back. You've got Pat Williams back. Cameron Harrison playing good at the corner. Kevin Barfield moved over from wide receiver to corner. You got Tony Bell back. Bobby Ellis is playing a lot at the Mike linebacker. It's great leadership. You got off-top DJ Roberts. You've got Ryan Isom, back, and several guys working at the nose. So we've got a lot of experience on the defense side of football.
Coach, just got a text. If you could, there's some new rules.
Oh, yeah.
And you've been talking, I know you've talked to several civic groups around the area, and you've certainly done a good job, and they've enjoyed that. But that's been one of the big topics of conversation.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm not the first guy to say this won't be the last. It's really going to change football. The rule now is last year it was a targeting. Okay, it was a 15-yard penalty, and they could review it, 15-yard penalty. And then most of the time they would review it on some year call and say, hey, that was blatant targeting, and that got ejected in the first half of the next game. Now, you hit a defensive player, whether it be an offensive lineman, defense, like anytime that a guy's defenseless, okay, he doesn't see you coming, those little hits where even if you nudge him to the side, the guy goes to the ground, that's going to be hitting the defensive player. Obviously, you hit the crown of your helmet, okay, or hitting a receiver or ball carrier, above the shoulder, okay. That's not only 15-yard penalty, but it's automatic ejection. Wow. Okay. And the tough thing on the officials is, and I got to remind myself of this, and he's got a split second to make that call. So, but when he makes the call, he's got to live with it, and it's going to be an automatic ejection.
So how do you keep your players aggressive and warn them about the ramifications?
Well, we've approached our players, and we call it from day one that this is going to work to our advantage. We talk about beating the game all the time. Avoiding the penalties, the turnovers, understanding down business stuff. That's another part of beating the game. And now the negative thing is, and you've seen it happen in the last couple of weeks, is our guys are going to go, below the chest. And sometimes they can be lower than that, depending on the body position that they're in. So we just hope that they're able to make a tackle and nobody gets hurt as far as the knee injury of us making a tackle, or people doing it to us as well. So it's concussions or possible knee injury, and that's kind of the dilemma right now. But if you get a targeting call the first play of the first half, okay, you're ejected from that half, and then you got to miss the next half. And if it happens for the second half, you're out of that half, and then you got to miss the first half of the next game. Now, in FBS, they will go and review it, from a video monitor and say, no, we missed that. It's not targeting. You got him in the shoulder pad, then that play will be reinstated. But our games, there is no review.
Right.
So they may call you back on Monday and give the player back to you for the next week, but not on that Saturday. Wow. So it definitely will affect your depth.
I just read an article recently too on the technological developments of equipment. How have helmets changed even when you play football?
It's just they're a lot. I mean, Butch is probably our equipment manager could give you a more scientific answer than that. But they're a lot bigger. They're I guess Peyton Manning was probably one of the first ones that started wearing one of those big, the big round helmet. You say, what is that for? But it is protective for concussions, and it's supposed to be, made technology and dynamic sound to be able to protect that head and jaw area. But I think they're bigger and heavier.
Let's talk about the schedule, Coach. You open up the season Thursday at Chattanooga. We'll get back to that game in a moment. I know you got to get off to practice tonight. You guys have got the short week with the Thursday night game. But let's jump into this schedule. At Boise State on Saturday, September 7th. That's exciting for the program, and will certainly make national news.
It is. I mean, I can sit here and moan about it and stuff, but if I'm a fan, if I'm a player, you want to go to Boise State. You want to play Memphis, which we are. You want to see us play the NSA Live with Chattanooga, and you want to see us play Central Arkansas, one of the top 5 ranked teams in the country. But the Boise deal is going to be, we're going in on a Thursday, be a day early. Let the kids see some things and experience it, and treat it like a mini bowl game. That's their top 20 team in the country in FBS. And their coaches, like 80-something wins and 5 losses, something ridiculous, there. So it'll certainly be an unbelievable challenge, but a great memory, great experience.
You ever been out there?
Never have. So never have been out that far out west.
And then, as you said, we're at Memphis again this year. They'll remember us and their fans also. That's Saturday, November 9th. That's next to the last. Well, there are 2 games after that one. That's close to the end of the season there.
It's great for our fans, great for recruiting, and make the 2-hour bus trip down and play the Liberty Bowl, and hopefully they won't remember the game last year, and we'll play well and get in the fourth quarter.
Hopefully they don't. Out Southeast Missouri, at Tennessee Tech, at Austin Peay, at Eastern Kentucky. We're at home this year with Jacksonville State, Tennessee State, Murray State, and Eastern Illinois. That's the conference schedule.
It's a you don't have to beat us, as we always say. If you're going to win the conference, you don't have to beat us here at home. And I don't think that's changed. Our concentration right now is this first one this week to get us off to a great start.
How about playing? I like the Thursday night games when it's the first one in the season.
Yeah, I don't mind that because it's not on a short week. We've had 20-something practices. School started today, so we have 3 weeks of camp. So you know, it's yeah. I guess we've got 2 Thursday night games this year. This one
And then at Tennessee Tech, yeah. And then you'll have an open date this year too, between Saturday, September 14th, and Saturday, September 28th. Coach, Chattanooga coming up now. This is a school you coached at.
Yeah, I was there for 3 years, and matter of fact, I did a couple interviews and stuff. It was neat. I mean, we were treated well there. Didn't win enough games. I guess we won 6 my last year there, and I gave us a little credibility. But it's the program's way far advanced since I've been there. It's been 8 years. I would say this: they're the best defense in FCS we play. That's the good Eastern Kentucky defenses. They gave up 20 points a game last year, 310 yards a game. That's not 4. They got 3 transfers up front.
Leslie,
And all
formerly met.
sacks. You know, it's the game kind of comes down to this, Chris, is that you know, can they cover our receivers? You know, I don't think they can. You know, for an extended period of time, but can you hold the ball long enough to get it out? They show you a lot of cuts of other quarterbacks that that's luck from South Florida to Appalachian State. That there's just pressure after pressure, and they get pressure before they rush it. And then they're able to cover it. So it's a great challenge for offensive line.
This game, scouting for this game, you have to rely on last year and what you know about this year's team. I guess it's one of the most difficult games to scout all season.
Well, it is from a defensive standpoint for us because our defensive staff, Chattanooga changed offensive coordinators, senior offensive coordinators. There's a guy coming from James Madison. So you have to go back and start looking at what he did there. And you chase a bunch of rabbits because you don't necessarily know. He may have got there and said, no, these players don't do that very well. We're going to do something else. So you're going into it a little bit blind, although you know what personnel they have because you watched the tape from last year. But
And they're dealing with the same thing with us, maybe even more offensively.
well, to a certain extent, they know, hey, some offensive guys, but they're saying which quarterback and what little wrinkles are going to be in there. Are going to be in there, and then it becomes a cat and mouse game from a personnel standpoint. Are we going to be in 11 personnel? We're going to be in 20 personnel, 10 personnel, and and then us being able to play fast at times. How would they be able to make sure they get lined up? But like I said, that front four that they have is kind of an equalizer in what we match up to that success.
Of all the games during the season, is the first game like this one of the most in-game adjustments you were forced to make?
Yeah, I think so. Because you get a little, you can block your own guys in practice, and things work against each other. When the lights come on, and you say, hey, the game slows down for some guys. I mean, 2 offensive linemen that we're playing, this will be their first start. Okay, so it's not coming against their front four. So how we adjust to that, quarterback situation, right? We talked about 2 guys that have never been in the game for us in meaningful minutes. How will they adjust to it? How will they see the signals from the sideline and get us out of the huddle? Those are things that are unknown when we go into a different state.
At your scrimmage the other night, I thought you had a pretty good crowd. I would do this for you, but you do such a tremendous job, I'm not going to. Make a plea to the fans, support this team this year, get your season tickets, come out and watch a very fun Skyhawk group. You guys and the team work so hard. They deserve our support from all over West Tennessee and West Kentucky.
Well, I think this is a first-class university. It's a great place to live, and Phil Dane and Chancellor Riggs. I just think everything's going in the right direction. And nobody's going to sit here and tell you how many games, promise you how many games you're going to win. And it's 2 more weeks before we get it, before we get home. But we'll have a quality team. We've got a lot of good players, good coaching staff, and excited about the new stadium.
Yes.
Coming next year, and so we need to send the stadium out with a bang. It'd be kind of neat.
That's right. Yeah, you're making me a little nostalgic.
There you go. It'd be kind of neat, and we'll put championship banners on that old decrepit press box up there and send it out with a bang. But I do want to say, before I get off here, and she'll be embarrassed, but Trudy and Ron and Alex and that staff, guys, thank you for all that you do and all your hard work. And they allow me to coach football and just spend minimal time on things that they handle for me. So I appreciate you guys.
Okay, Coach, we'll see you Thursday night.
All right, thanks.
Coach Jason Simpson, UT Martin will be out of Chattanooga. We'll go on the air 6 o'clock, 6:30 kickoff. More coming up. Skyhawk Talk. We're talking soccer and volleyball on the UT Martin Skyhawk.
Oh, excuse me.
You're good. When can I interview you? Can you do it tomorrow